and it is week 8, and wow, what a week it was. Now, the story of this week clearly was, again, hashtag Lawless Bearded Dragons. I mean, just another epic performance, another ass kicking. I mean, just...
That's right. Now, say my name. Heisenberg. You're goddamn right.
We gotta find some more content on this podcast to talk about than hashtag Lawless Bearded Dragons. But let's just talk about the games just really quickly, the type of week we had. It wasn't a great close week. We had a couple games that were close, but really the story of this week is the good teams lost and the bad teams won. I'm looking at the scoreboard here. Good teams, Sour Grapes. We've established they are a top contender this year. They lost. We have Arizona Diablos Blancos, another toply power-ranked team. And in the championship game last year, they lost. What else we got? Grip It and Rip It. 2 weeks ago, they were in the power rankings, I believe. They lost. Who else? Let's see here. Oh, Hit Pitches Get Bitches, reigning champion, lost. And then, of course, one of our top contenders this year, Bat Flippin' Boys, lost. I mean, it was crazy. Some of our best teams lost, and some of our worst teams won. I mean, it was the week that was flipped on its head. I have no idea what to make of it. We'll see if it's a trend starting. It's too early to start to pat some of these teams on the back or starting to give up on some of these teams. But nonetheless, let's get into it. And yes, this week, we're not going straight to game recaps. We're doing some news and notes. My least favorite part of the podcast because, some of the time it's boring. Most of the time it's outdated. But whatever. It is what it is. What's our first story? Oh, the first story is, now we have shared some stories in the chat or what have you. And let's just say there's a lot of folks out there that might know us, the 16 owners, that seem to think fantasy sports is, let's call it make-believe, pretend, dorky.
Not a nerd. I quit basketball because Stanford gave me an Overwatch scholarship.
I have 11 endorsement deals.
Yeah, we're not nerds, dude. How could you insult us like that?
Geez, I never met you guys before today. We only play over headsets, so I just assumed you were a bunch of dorks. When did nerds get so hot? What, did y'all have LASIK? First I was a nerd because I wasn't cool, and now nerds are cool and I'm still not cool. What the I got him all alone. Just a stereotypical nerd spanking it to Widowmaker.
Oh, I spank it to Widowmaker.
Oh, I definitely.
Yeah, well, they're certainly not wrong. Nope, not wrong at all. Yeah, I mean, I like to keep it low key, right? I don't really like to put myself out there too much. I really try and not put it out in public that I do fantasy sports because, I don't want that reputation out there. So I keep it low key, try and hide in the shadows. Anyway, what's next? This is next. If you spend any time in the league chat, there is always something going on with people talking about rule changes, complaining about rule changes that have happened, complaining about rule changes that didn't happen, proposing new things. Sometimes it's the same thing week in and week out, year in and year out. There's been some rule changes proposed by some people for years now. And there's a couple that are always pushing this or pushing that.
Do you both wake up in the morning, call each other up? Good morning, Marcus. Good morning, Mike. How you doing? All right. So, how are we going to fuck up the captain's life today? Gee, I don't know. Ooh, look, over there.
Yep, that's right. Commissioner has to deal with all types of people jumping in the chat and just throwing all sorts of stuff out there. Don't know what to say. Anyway, I mean, I feel for the commissioner.
Most of these fucking people, they drive me fucking crazy, okay? They come in with shit.
And, but the commissioner also has some extreme expectations. If they had it their way...
You agree to do exactly what I say when I say it?
Sure.
So anyway, that brings us to, very quickly, and this is a record for the podcast, this is the earliest we have gotten to the new segment called What Does Jared, or the Redbine Redbirds, Hate? Or hate this week. Here you go.
I really hate you. I hate you so much. I really, 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 really hate you. But I love you. Mwah.
Yeah, when we start complaining about the rules and proposing all sorts of changes, I think Jared just wants to push us away. But ironically, that alone isn't all that Red Wine Redbirds was upset about. Yep, and I guess he's not entirely wrong.
So I'll tell you something. This could be love because
What the fuck? Guys, what the hell? What was that? I mean, come on, man. Elevate. At least make it look cool. That's like the worst movie. It's just terrible. Just do it again. Get that out of the podcast and do something cool in that moment, okay? Oh, for God's sakes. That's just weird. That's not cool. I mean, I know you guys don't really know what cool is, so you know what? I'll tell you what. When I'm in doubt and I'm trying to find something cool, I always just err to the side of Quentin Tarantino. So just pull something out of the Tarantino book and just go with that. Just get rid of that old crap, because it just makes the podcast long and it's already too long. So, okay, thanks.
it was a teenage wedding and the old folks wished them well. You could see that Pierre did truly love the mademoiselle.
Okay. Better. I'm not so sure it was cool, but we'll move on. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happens in baseball. Just a ton of stuff. You never know what these players are going to do. They're under contract. We're paying some $150 something. Some are getting paid in the 90s, 50s, 70s, whatever. Some players, you're getting a good deal on. But you don't get to control what they do or how they behave in their personal life, right? So really, when we enter into these long-term contracts that last probably like 8 months, you take the risk. As a fantasy owner, you run the risk of the moral character of the players that you put on your team. And not just the moral characters, but also like the diligence, focus, maturity. So here's one. Matt's Marauders had a player who missed an entire 3-game series because they had failed to keep their passport updated and the team traveled to Toronto. I mean, seriously? Like, can you imagine the babysitting that we have to do on these fantasy teams? It's almost a full-time job for some of us. But 3 days missed because of a passport issue doesn't compare to what happened to this. This news came out, I think, on Sunday, maybe Saturday. I don't know. Yeah, one of my players tested positive for steroids. The 80-game ban. They're not coming back till the end of the season, pretty much August. By then, I assume we'll be wrapping up the season, maybe in playoffs. I have no idea. Yeah.
Office.
What'd I do?
Just go to the office.
What'd I do?
Go, just go.
Yes, you were.
I did not.
You did.
I did not.
You did it again.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I did not.
I saw it.
No, you didn't.
You did it.
So then all of a sudden it becomes a thing, right? All of a sudden the commissioner's coming in on me. There's going to be an investigation. I don't even know what to tell you. I do know one thing I want to say to the commissioner, though. You launch that investigation, you might need to put another investigation of your own in place. We might have to talk a little bit about investigating the Red Wine Redbirds for, let's just say, a certain payoff they wanted to make this week for me to Bat Flippin' Boys to, let's just say, sit a couple guys, maybe not add a streaming pitcher, maybe not replace an injured player, maybe carry a pitcher that's still in the minors. Just saying, let's not hold yourself above the law as you come chase me for my steroid issues on my team.
Huh? Who? It's for you.
But anyway, it doesn't change the situation for Bat Flippin' Boys.
This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding currently. That's okay. Things are gonna be okay.
Yeah, that's weeks that their point total has been dropping. Clearly in a state of denial. So if Bat Flippin' Boys doesn't get their act together soon, I think we might see a quick fade. I'm curious to see what the interns have got going on with the power rankings with this team that was one of the worst performing teams this week. But you know what? They're not the only ones in denial. We have another person that is in severe denial.
Uh-oh.
It's no big deal. It's probably not even quicksand. I'm gonna have a good laugh about this tonight with the guys.
Yeah, and our reigning champion still isn't the only one in denial. There are others. But let's just take a quick snapshot here. We've got Balls Deep Briskets. They've got their problems. They're not aware. We got Juno Eskimos, who in the league chat clearly articulated that they have issues and they are aware of their issues. You know, good job, Juno. That's the first step is towards getting through, is getting past the denial stage. And then you've got the this hashtag Lawless Bearded Dragons guy who clearly has no issues and everything is going so well for them. They actually have chimed in that they wish they had more issues in this league because it's just too easy and they feel like they're phoning it in every single week. So anyway, quick little summary of that situation. Moving on.
Move along.
So one of the things the interns have asked me is, can they actually take over a part of the podcast? They are very excited to get some experience in front of the camera and maybe run a segment of their own. So these interns, whatever, you know, I'm don't really like them that much, but every once in a while you got to throw your crappy employees a bone and just make sure they're, I don't know, not going to kill you. I have no idea. Anyway, so we decided to open up a segment on this podcast for God knows what reason. And it is a segment here on the podcast that we're just going to simply call relationship advice.
Okay, I'm going to tell you guys why it is crucial, important to have sex on the first date. Hear me out. So...
Whoa, no. Guys, holy, I did not approve that. This was not, okay. That's the end of that segment. I apologize. That was just a dumb segment to approve of in the beginning. All right, that's it for the news and notes. Now we move on to game recaps. And again, remember, the theme of this week was good teams lost and bad teams won. But where are we going to start? Well, why don't we start with our reigning champion, Hit Pitches, Get Bitches, losing to Juno Eskimos, 587 to 399. You know what? Basement Gang is back. Not because of one of our cellar dwellers, but because of our reigning champion scores 399 and doesn't even hit the 400-point threshold that allows us to skip that silly 30-second segment. But anyway, here's some game film from the whooping that Hit Pitches took.
Reindeer! Sandy, come on! Sandy! Sandy! White chocolate! Sandy! Raindrops! Old school! T! Come on. I'm burning.
All right, what's next? Let's just go to our other contender from last year's championship game, Arizona Diablos Blancos. Again, somebody who's been sitting near the top of the power rankings in this season and was in the championship game last season. They lost to, of all people, Raleigh Fingers, 623 to 497. It wasn't close. It was not even a contested game. ADB, what the heck? 497 points, not even Club 500. It's hard to take people seriously when they don't even hit the 500 threshold. But anyway, little game film here. And afterwards, ADB was just, you know, in I guess the word of this podcast is denial, right? That's clearly the theme of this week is denial.
Ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no 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 way, boy.
I don't even know what to say. Just a terrible game for ADB. But I mean, Raleigh Fingers, I mean, props to you, man. Awesome outing. You're up, you're down. I have no idea what's going on in your world. I need to see some consistent trends before I give you any real credit, because next week you're going to score like 237, and it's just, I'm not even going to talk about your team this week. Who else? I guess we got to go to bat flipping, boys. As painful as it is, they take the loss 628 to 416. The only positive thing that could even be said is that they crossed over that 400 line and avoided basement gang threshold. So I don't know what to say there. It's just been a bad week for these guys.
What happened to you? Ruben, I'm in a situation here. We have to leave now.
Well, no, can we stay a couple more minutes?
But dude, no. This is serious. I just sharted.
I don't know what that means.
I tried to fart and a little shit came out. I just sharted. All right, now let's go.
You're the most disgusting person I've ever met in my life.
And as much as I'd like to leave it there, I don't want to steal away Redbird's pleasure in the ass kicking they delivered this week. I missed the 700, and when I say we, I mean interns and Jared, missed the 700 club threshold that was broken a few weeks ago. We're not gonna steal the joy from Redwine Redbirds. So here you go, some frickin' game film.
Finish him.
Here's a game that in and of itself doesn't seem to matter right now. 2, 3, and 11 teams playing. Now, I will remind you, we're going to get to the relegation, the T-ball, the Fantasy T-ball League, so it has perhaps some implication there, but for all purposes, this is a game that not many of us were paying attention to this week. It was sort of close, I guess. Both teams scored over 500, so congratulations on that, I guess. 555 for Hoosier Daddy, topping Pagnosi's Poppers, 505. So anyway, you know, both teams kind of elevating their scoring week to week. Obviously, you know, that's I guess we could put a positive spin on that. But really, I just want to push that one to the side and move on to something that's more relevant. And here's one that is interesting to me because it kind of screws with the credibility of this podcast. Let's just get to the news first and then I'll make the comment on that. Balls Deep Briskets beats the Machine 540 to 472. That's right. Breaking Brad takes another loss. And Balls Deep Brisket, another win. 540 to 472.
You ready? Let's go.
Now, why am I making so much drama around this or spending time on this game? Two teams that were mid, right? Absolutely mid, just pure Ohio. And they weren't bad enough to be demoted or relegated to the T-ball league, but they're still not particularly a threat to anybody in our fantasy league. But I'm going to say the reason is this podcast called Balls Deep Brisket out last week and the week before. If you remember, also in the league chat last week, we went on and on and on about how Balls Deep Brisket was going to get a big time loss handed to them by Redwine Redbirds. And it turned out that they beat the Redwine Redbirds. And now this week they win a second game in a row. So yeah, I mean, again, we're going back to denial.
Mother Lucille, there's a psychological concept known as denial that I believe you're inventing. It's when a thought is so hateful that the mind literally rejects it.
You are a worse psychiatrist than you are a son-in-law, and you will never get work as an actor because you have no talent.
Well, if she's not going to say anything, I certainly can't help her.
Okay, we're just going to move on because, you know, that's all we need to say about the mid teams. What else we got? Oh, yeah. So this game here, another game that, nobody was really paying attention to. But I mean, they're probably the nicest two guys in the league. Now, I don't know that officially. I know who's not the nicest guys in the league, and girls. But this was started from the bottom, beating Team J to the P, 485 to 355. Not really a contest, right? Over 100 points. Team J to the P adds to the Basement Gang there as well. No game film. Still got that problem with started from the bottom is truly starting from the bottom and no TV contract. So when they're the home team, I don't have any game film. But I did capture some film given all of the surveillance that I have around the country. And this was kind of nice to see. You know, Team J to the P losing again. A little sad.
Life is hard. I think chocolate will make it better.
But they're started from the bottom, like helping out, like just being a nice guy. And then this happened. After playing Team J to the P, started from the bottom, took some notes, and wanted to help Team J to the P improve their lineup, their roster, the pitch selection, a little bit of base running, certainly some fielding. Anyway, I got some surveillance film with started from the bottom, actually working to actually sincerely help Team J to the P.
Dude, listen, hold on, look, watch me, look at me, watch me, look, listen. Lean over front like this, step back up. Come on, man, lean forward. Are you fucking listening? Look, use your hips and lean forward. You're gonna float up a little bit. Just look, come on. God damn, you big. Come lean, put your feet up, stupid. God damn, what the fuck are you doing? Damn, man, get your big ass. Come on, get your big ass, come get your big ass up. Your big ass up out of here, okay? It's time for you to go.
And our next game, Grip It and Rip It. Man, Grip It and Rip It. Loses to Matt's Marauders. Now, there's no shame in losing to Matt's Marauders. They are an absolute contender. They broke 600. They scored 622. Grip It and Rip It, 592. Didn't even get into Club 600. You know, I don't know what to say. Here you go. But the worst thing here is that's 2 losses in a row for Grip It and Rip It.
See the curtains hanging in the window in the evening on a Friday night. Little light is shining through the window, lets me know everything's alright. Summer breeze, go to sleep, go to sleep.
And now, our last game of the week is ALDE's Sour Grapes playing hashtag Lawless Bearded Dragon. Easily the game of the week, right? We knew that going in. We've got a hashtag that hit 800 points last week. We've got Sour Grapes that is just, I don't know what happened, man. If anybody wants to check anybody for steroids, don't check my team, check Sour Grapes. They just flipped, right? They just absolutely flipped their destiny somehow this season. Maybe it's getting rid of that 3 and replacing with an E, but I really don't know what's going on with that team. But you know, that team is now walking around the league with their chest out, acting kind of big, acting like they're a playa, and that they really belong here, and along with the big boys. Yeah, well, to play with the big boys, you got to be a big boy, and scoring 654, that's no simple feat. But and losing to hashtag, what you know, it's almost like another bye week for hashtag.
This ain't your little brother no more, oh. I'm a grown man. You know, I don't get ass whoopings, I give them out. Mm-hmm. You're an officer here in Mayberry. Come on, what you carry, a flashlight and a baton? I tell you what, maybe if you're a good old boy, I hire you as my security. Yeah, I got the pull, I can do it. Big ass kite.
Yeah, it didn't play out like Sour Grapes had hoped. And Hashtag again, just with another win.
You tried everything, but it won't enough.
But I do want to point out something. And we talk about Hashtag enough. I don't need to talk about their win. I'm going to talk about Sour Grapes for a second. And 654, I'm looking at all the score here. And other than Hashtag, if Sour Grapes, the schedule, had put them against anybody else in the league, they get a win. So anyway, you know, the league needs to take notice of Sour Grapes.
You know what that is, don't you?
Yeah. Trouble.
Those vests are real nice.
Lighten up, Mercy. Stop looking for trouble now.
Should have slapped your mouth the minute you opened it.
So who stopped you?
And this podcast has clearly had some positive things to say. And at this point, we're elevating even more. The bandwagon is getting a little bit more crowded.
Who messes with the blowfish, Jesse?
Nobody.
You're damn right.
I'm a blowfish.
You are a blowfish. Say it again.
I'm a blowfish.
Say it like you mean it.
I'm a blowfish!
Blowfish! That's
Yeah!
Always ending with Hashtag in the game recaps because it's a perfect segue to the next segment. And that's nope, not Club 500. Club 6, nope, not Club 600. Club 8, nope, not Club 800. Club 700. We had a sole member of Club 700 this week. Congratulations, Hashtag. Wow. Okay, so we've got a 4-game winning streak with Hashtag. But you know what? Oh, also, Hashtag sitting on top of the everyone versus everyone standings. We don't have time to do standings this week, but I'll just let you know that. Thank you, Hashtag, for actually providing me with that data. I guess I should have vetted it before I introduced it into the podcast. Anyway, but it's interesting because if you look at the standings, Matt's Marauders sits above Hashtag. I don't know why. I have no idea what the tiebreaker is because ESPN actually has Matt's Marauders at 13-3 team above Hashtag Lawless Bearded Dragons at 13-3 team. Very weird. I don't quite get it because also Hashtag has scored a boatload more points than Matt's Marauders. I'm looking at the schedule here and okay, once again, we have a problem. In that silly stub week 1, Matt's Marauders beat Hashtag Lawless Bearded Dragons, giving them the tiebreaker when it comes to the playoffs. This could be a very important differentiator between the number 1 seed and the number 2 seed coming out of the Eastern Division. Very, very unfortunate, that stub period. You know I have not been a fan.
Most of these fucking people, they drive me fucking crazy, okay?
But at this point, I don't know what to tell you. Hashtag is atop the everyone versus everyone. They're the only member of Club 800. They're the only member of Club 700 this week. And they have 650 points more than Matt's Marauders. So I don't know what to tell you. Hashtag Lawless Bearded Dragons. Even though Matt's Marauders has a lot of good peripheral metrics, I think that's what Ken Rosenthal likes to call that kind of stuff. Hashtag Lawless Bearded Dragons is still in a league by themselves.
Play it once, Sam. For all time's sake.
I don't know what you mean, Miss Elsa.
Play it, Sam.
That's right. Now, say my name. Heisenberg. You're goddamn right.
That ends that segment. We're done with the game recaps. What a weird week it was. We're going to have a word from our sponsor. And after that, we're going to take a look at what's happening down in the little T-ball league.
The cummerbund is no longer just for the tuxedo. It's the Cinco C-Bund. It's a great alternative to pants. There's the Mobile Office Edition, the Urban Safari, the Siemens Formal, the Glitter Bug, and the Naughty Teenagers Edition, the Cinco C-Bun. Spice up your wardrobe and look fantastic.
It is time for Infinity Fantasy T-Ball League. And as you remember from last week, I hope, this is the relegation teams. These are those 6 bottom dwellers. And again, we're not trying to be mean or cruel or trying to do a silly joke on this. It is legitimately for some competitive fun. And these teams are relegated to a lesser league where they're going to do a round robin. So let me tell you how this is going to work. We're going to follow the Belgian Premier Soccer League's system. Now, it's really esoteric. I just learned about it when I was trying to figure out ways to do this. So I'm not trying to sound like I'm some pompous jerk where, well, we're going to follow the Belgian Premier Soccer League, blah, blah, right? No, I just learned about this, but I thought it was kind of fun. It's kind of cool. I'll explain it next week. I don't have time this week, or probably in 2 weeks. Oh, by the way, next week, my oldest gets married, and there might not be a podcast next week. I'm thinking about pre-recording some stuff, but we'll see. It's really doubtful because it's a wedding weekend, right? Okay, but this week, I'm not going to describe the overall Belgian system, but here you go. The first thing I want to put up there is the schedule. We're going to spend weeks 1 through 5, and this is going to end with the All-Star break. So it's perfectly timed. Weeks 1 through 5, round robin. Every team is going to play every team across the 5 weeks, right? We have 6 teams in this league and 5 opponents, so 5 weeks. This is the schedule. I'm putting it out there for full disclosure, transparency. This was randomly generated. I did not do this. I promise you I did not. Anyway, what did we happen? So here are results from week 1, right? We have those, that was our schedule, and now here's the results. The score is the score from the regular matchups that we had this week. We have Raleigh Fingers Your Sister beating Pugnosi's Poppers. We have Hoosier Daddy beating Team J to the P, and we have Juneau Eskimos topping Started from the Bottom. They're down on the bottom of this, you'll see the standings. Okay, fine, 1 game. We're 1 game in. There you go. Points scored is our tiebreaker. And I'll explain the Belgian system next week or the week after. It's needlessly complicated, which is part of the reason I wanted to pull it in, because it's kind of interesting, and I just want to see if I can keep up with it. So anyway, that's it. Fantasy T-Ball. Let's move on. All right, let's move straight into the power rankings, and let's just go. Wait, what? What does that mean? An unapproved image. What are you all doing? Like, y'all are starting to take some liberties that I'm not a big fan of. I don't know. I mean, whatever. I'm not. No idea what they mean. I haven't seen anything other than a couple silly videos of sour grapes and bad flipping boys dancing. But other than that, everything seems to be pretty legitimate. But anyway, let's just get straight into it. First things first, we got to go to the Basement Gang. And we're going to change up Basement Gang a little bit. In the past, it's been our 3 bottom ranked teams. But I'm just going to change it. I'm going to make it really simple. Really simple. Every week, it's just going to be the 3 teams that scored the fewest points. They might be good teams. They might be bad teams. I don't know. But here's your Basement Gang for week 8. Bottom 3-point scorers. Dregs of the league this week. Just total craptastic performance. They are the best of the worst, or they are the best at being the worst. Anyway, here they are. All right, now let's get into the real meat, and let's just see what we've got going on here. Not wasting any time at all. Number 5 with our power rankings is Bat Flippin' Boys. Yep, I think they should just be happy they're still in the rankings. Thank you. Terrible week. steroid issues surrounding the team. Whatever. Let's just move on. Not even worth talking about. Number 4, Matt's Marauders. Well deserved. I got to put my little commentary in there. Matt is definitely worthy of top 5. Number 3. Oh, look at this. Huh. ALDE's Sour Grapes. All right. Absolutely well deserved. Second highest scoring team this week. Just been a monster of a team these past several weeks. Number 2. Arizona Diablos Blancos. Yeah, I could do a lot of commentary. Interns, you're going to take a lot of bad press. Don't go on the internet this week. I know the league's going to bitch and complain about it, but that leaves our number 1 team, which is to nobody's surprise, hashtag Lawless Bearded Dragons. They are a dominant team if there ever was one in this league. I don't remember a team being this dominant for this long a stretch in the 5 or 6 years I've been doing this league. Yeah, and I know, you saw me tell the interns to not look at the internet this week. There's going to be a lot of hate mail coming in, and a lot of people got their little bellies in an uproar.
Boy, that's the story of my life. No respect. I got no respect. Are you kidding? Well, I was drowning. I was yelling, help, help. And the lifeguard ran over. So I'm like, buddy, keep it down. Keep it down. I don't get no respect from anyone.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
After 20 years, scientists have finished mapping the entire human genome. And scientists say, in this gene right here, we can see what made you into such a little bitch.
That's it. It's the end of the episode. It's a wrap. The week 8 is ancient history at this point. We're moving into week 9. And I am playing Started from the Bottom. So I wish you well, Started from the Bottom. In fact, I wish everybody well. I wish everybody well this week.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Except for you. You've been a nerd.
What are you doing? Why did you stop?
I'm done.
You have to go?
That's it. I'm done.
What's wrong? Did I mess up? We could fix it. It's only 1 bar.
No, you know what? You are some shit. Okay? You are the worst rapper I have ever recorded. The worst.
But we could fix the last line.
No, you need to fix your career, okay? You will never make it in this music game. When your mixtape comes out, you're gonna go double dumpster juice. That's how terrible you are. You don't deserve to be on a mic. You don't deserve to go near a mic.
You're in the arms of the angel. May you find some comfort here.
Get the fuck out of here with this shit, man. It's Fruit Loose, man. Like,
Dude, we got weed in here.
So if I break that bitch, weed gonna fall out.
No, all right. Since you a badass, since you want to be, go ahead and try it.
I got fucking lying, man.
What the fuck I got to lie for? Man, you better slow. Look at him. Look at him. Paris, this dude
What the
dead.
fuck did you just give him?
He wanted to try the fucking weed thing. Dude, was you straight?
What the fuck, he all right? Hold on. What weed thing? What the fuck
Man,
is that?